All right. Ernie's subscribers had a question about how to change the chains out on a Cobra rock crusher. And so what I've done is I brought Ernie's over here because I changed these once, but unfortunately it was too late and the chains were breaking. They appear to be a mild steel. So I'm going to upgrade the chains to a 5/16 inch chain, 3 links. I had them cut down at Ace Hardware. We asked for the hardest steel, and they came up with this chromium looking steel they call wolf steel or something. And what we're going to do is I'm going to replace it in there because it's a harder steel. It should last a little longer. You should get 2 runs out of each chain, top and bottom. Unfortunately, I found mine were chewed up a little too much and my links broke. So while I'm fixing mine, I'm going to fix Ernie's, and I'm going to show you how to do it. So what you're going to need is either a new chain or you can flip over your old chain if it's still in good shape. These broke. I was a little late changing them, so I'm changing them with heavier steel.
This is the one that I used to get the measurement with that was in there, one of the ones. You can see they're kind of beat up.
Yeah, you can see where it broke right here and came off, and the other one is breaking as well. So these have to be changed, but you can see the other side is still in good shape, but as you can see, there's a difference between the chain lengths.
Okay.
Okay, so the items you're going to use. Like I said, I did a video and I could have showed you what not to do. And what you can't do is you have a lock. The hardest part I found was getting the bodies apart. And you can't put a crescent wrench in here, lock your machine, and knock it up. You want it to go up towards your feed pipe because that's backwards of the direction it's going. Well, this angle's more in, so this didn't work too well. When I hit it with a hammer and locked the button, it just didn't work too well. So the next thing I tried was a 2x4, and I tore a chunk out of it here trying to get it to turn, and that didn't work too well. But it's got a use later. And the items you're going to need is a 9/16 inch socket, long socket, because of the screws. And when you get it out, you're going to need a 9/16 box wrench to hold it on the back side, or you can use a crescent wrench, whatever you got available. And you are going to need a 1/8 inch Allen nut for the Allen nuts that hold the shaft in place.
Allen wrench, right?
Or Allen wrench, right? Yeah.
Okay.
Hold the shaft in place. So that holds the shaft in place. Don't take them all the way out. Loosen them good. And then tap it out. I use the socket to tap it out. But I'm going to show you how it's done when I start removing this. So that's about all you need to do this are these 3 tools. Well, 4 tools. I need to learn math, I think. Okay. So you do have on most all of these, you have a locking mechanism right here. You push the button in and it keeps this from moving, see? It locks it in place. Well, you're going to need that when you crack it loose. So what I used was a crescent wrench because it goes back at an odd angle. It's kind of hard to get a hold of, and I want to push it this way up towards this feed tube. So what I do is I lock my crescent wrench in here best I can. And then I go ahead and I lock in my, where are you? Oh, there it is. No, that ain't, yeah, there it is. It's on the bottom. Okay, I leave the handle attached along with the wrench to hold this damn body in place. And what we're going to do is we're going to put this on here, and we are going to that's not good. Hang on. All right, there we go. Put it down, see if you can get it on here. And give it a little twist. Oh, that didn't work. Yeah, this is the hardest part. These damn things love to lock
Oh, man.
themselves in place. Right over the top of this nut.
Hang on.
Okay, what I did is I ended up having to put a extension handle on this to get it to move. And what I was doing was pushing it the wrong direction. I was pushing it up the tube. It doesn't go that way. It goes around the way it went. And I finally got it to break. And what you can do is you can lock your button back here. And twist off this mounting and separate these two bodies. Why does it feel like it's tightening? Am I turning it the wrong way? Fucking no.
That button's down
It's
there,
down
yeah. It's a
here. I'm
pain in
pushing
the
on
ass.
wrong
And it
part.
doesn't always lock in. There, you see how it locks at certain points and other points it doesn't. Now you're tightening it.
Yeah, now I'm tightening.
Yeah.
So yeah, okay. And there we go. What I'm going to have to do is remove this nut here, but I didn't want to remove the handle. I didn't want to remove that nut. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull the handle out so I can separate the two bodies.
There we go.
And that is the hardest part
Breaking that nut loose, huh?
of this, was breaking the nut loose. Okay, so what we're going to do is, there's mine. Set your handle off to the side. And you won't need that till you reassemble. All right, the next thing we're going to do on those pieces that just don't fall out, we're going to go ahead and we're going to loosen these
Allen screws.
Allen screws, or Allen nuts, whatever you want to call them. We're going to loosen these up, and then we're going to use this socket. We're going to take it off and put it down here and pan the shaft through. So loosen up your nuts. There's two of them. They're 1/8 inch. They fit an 1/8 inch. Oh, there we go. Oop. They take an 1/8 inch Allen key. Let's loosen this one. And all we're going to do is we're not going to take these out. Don't take them out. Just back them off. I mean, they're pretty small. Back them off so they're no longer on the shaft. So you can punch your shaft through. Okay, then what you do, you take your 9/16, you put it on top here, and you give it a light wrap. Yeah, they seem to be loose enough. I see the Allen nuts. Yeah, they're moving freely.
What about the head of this? It looks a little bit small. It would fit down inside on top of that because that's the full size of the shaft. This end is a little bit.
Well,
down
that's what
there.
I want to do. Is I want to put the full size of the shaft. Well, oh,
But
it's
it
not
doesn't
going
fit in
in.
there. That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
Try that
It
one.
didn't go all the way in. So we'll try this one. That's why I was hitting.
Yeah, I knew you.
There we go.
I thought you used the other one last time. Yes. Okay.
There we go.
Good.
So the extension knocked it out. Okay. So what we have here again is the same thing. And what we're looking at here is the shim. I'm going to clean it out, and I'm going to clean up my shaft with my rag here. It's lightly oiled. Okay, and then well, it's a good thing I pulled it apart. I had this one in backwards. It appears that right here is where the Allen screw goes. Flipped it over that way is where I need to go. So, but anyway, I wiped this down. It's got a little bit of dust in it. So we're going to run this through and get the dust out. And you want to lightly oil your shaft. It makes it easier punching it in and out. Okay, there we go. That's clean. All right. Now what we're going to do is take this bad boy apart. Again, what happens when you're trying to remove a rusty bolt? Make damn good and sure you bring your attitude and a few choice words, because you're going to need them. Besides, people hear you doing that and they'll know you're doing something mechanical.
And we soaked this last night with the sea foam, hoping to have an easier time to get these bolts off, because we couldn't get them to move at all yesterday on Ernie's. So we're basically on day 2 to finish this up for you guys and for us. But even with that, you can see how difficult it is to get those broken loose. So, okay. See, his button doesn't click in either till you get to a certain spot. There.
Okay, let's put this crescent on it. And we're going away from it, okay. Put the pipe on here. Oh, damn it.
Put your finger in it. Ah, man.
Man. All right.
Jeez. Maybe we'll have to put some WD-40 on it.
I get it.
It hasn't been opened yet.
That won't help. I can't soak this in WD-40. All right. I'll tell you what. I'll hold it here.
Mm-hmm.
Go in my blue box over there and grab a hammer.
Yeah, I can't get enough weight over the top of that to hold it in place so you can do it. Here's your hammer.
Just lay it down.
Okay.
And push that button.
Okay. Hang on, my thumb is hurting. I don't know why. Nope. It's not gonna lock there. You're gonna have to move it right or left or something. I'm getting frustrated.
Hopefully this time it won't be such a challenge. Again, 9/16 long, and you're going to need something to hold back. All right. But you see how much larger our washers are compared to Ernie's. You know, they're a little larger.
Yeah, they definitely cover more of the chain link.
And you're going to have 4 of them, one for each side of your chains. Okay, so you're going to end up with 4 washers per side. All right. I'm going to go ahead and clean these. I'll work on Ernie's stuff off camera. His is almost done. I just have to reinsert the Allen screws to lock his unit down.
And you have to be careful which direction you put the chains on so that it'll set right in correctly, right?
Yeah, I set mine in upside down, but you see here how on the shaft, long shaft part, it's the flat head, and I reversed it by accident. I have to reverse those chains. But the flat head should be on the bottom, so you can't put it in otherwise, unless the flat spot is on this side of the shaft.
The side where the shaft sticks out.
Because of the body.
Okay.
All right. Oh, I have to wipe these down. Yeah, make sure you use a lightly damped oilcloth. You're going to want to have a little oil on it. Otherwise, you're going to try breaking things apart that are literally jammed because they didn't have any oil to break them loose. So you got that high, dry twist where you can lift somebody else off the ground trying to get the nuts and shit.
Yeah, literally.
Which is what we encountered. So Teresa was doing air ups.
And if he can lift me up, you can tell how hard that is because I'm a little sturdy.
All right, and this chain here cracked as well. Even though I flipped it, it cracked. They got a little too thin before I could flip them. Otherwise, you normally get you can flip your chains, get 2 uses. Not this time.
Waited too long, yeah.
Okay. See, these come apart much nicer. I'm not having to fight rust. Yeah, you should not be throwing water in these. I think that what happened is some moist ore got in there.
Which made this whole project a lot harder to do. Here, now the bolt's in the right direction. Nope, it's backwards. Flip it around.
Nope.
You forgot to put the washer. Yeah. Okay.
Changed. Lord have mercy. Okay, those seem to be about even. So let's reinstall it. So what you're going to do is you're going to put your shaft along with your spacer
It's road facing.
this side up. And I told you this was going to come in handy later.
Oh, here it went.
There it goes. All right. Now, let's tighten our nuts back up. Okay, and then make sure you snug these down real good so you don't end up like Ernie.
Yeah, because these vibrate quite a bit, so stuff shakes loose.
It'll vibrate a screw out loose if they're not tight, and I think his weren't tight when they sent it, and he vibrated them right out. So, all right, they're in, and as you see, free roaming. And so now what we're going to do is what I hope you do. Put a little oil in here where your grinder attaches so that when you break it apart, it has a little oil. I mean, it's not going to come loose. It'll run tight because it runs into the tightness, but it'll make it a little easier tearing it apart if you put just a little oil on the spindle and connect when you connect them. I think it should have been on the other side.
I should have taken a picture.
Because this has got to line up here.
Yep, and it's not going to line up that way.
So
Okay.
it's got to be reset.
Redo.
It's got to be reset because that's not going to work. Yeah, I had to figure out which direction this thing went. I was close to it, it was just on the wrong side. Alright. And then you take your handle. Which one of these are mine? Bauer. That's me. Now, I didn't take this little screw loose since it was set. No need to. Just the handle or nut that's holding the unit.
And if you're like us, we have short-term memory loss. We forget how stuff looked 5 minutes ago. We can tell you what happened 50 years ago, though. So sometimes take a picture of the setup before you take it apart, and you've got something to reference.
Damn it, where's the cord down here? Why is it all under my fucking feet?
Babe.
Jesus.
You darn feet. You're trying to plug it into Ernie's.
Man.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
And although the journey was long and arduous, we got this project done, but we still got one more to do. So I hope this video helped. If it did, cool. If not, fucking well, I had to do it anyway.
Well, and if you find a different method for breaking that loose that's easier than that pipe wrench he's using, let us know, and we will be more than happy to go ahead and pass it on to everybody else too and try that method next round, because this was a bit of a bear at different times. So hope this helps you guys. And we'll see you next time. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. We appreciate everybody that watches the videos and gives us input if there's something that we need to learn or whatever, because we are constantly in a learning mode. But when we figure something out, we like to share it with you guys in case you're struggling with some of the same things we are. Anyway, have a great day. See you next time.